How many tags should I use?
As many as you need to.
What kind of keywords should I use?
Think about topics, not keywords.
How do I get more views on my videos?
Make better content.
How do I get people to watch my videos longer?
Make better content.
Why do high-performing videos suddenly start to decline?
Because people no longer care about them.
Should I pay for ads to get discovered?
No.
Should I upload daily?
No.
Not unless
Maybe.
it feels like the right thing to do.
How often should I upload?
Focus on quality over quantity.
Does the algorithm only promote big YouTubers?
No.
What is a click-through rate?
The percentage of people that see your thumbnail on their screen and what percentage of those people actually click through.
Do thumbnails actually matter?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Can I use copyrighted content in my video?
Not without permission.
There.
How does YouTube decide what videos to promote to viewers?
It's based on what people watch and
It's based on viewer patterns?
viewer signals. and
yeah.
What should I know before I start making videos for YouTube?
Not much.
Just start.
Yeah.
Quality or quantity?
Quality for growing, quantity for breaking a lot of things and learning a lot of lessons.
How long does it take to get to 100,000 subs?
As
It
long as it
depends.
takes for you to implement,
Everything.
as long as it takes for you to implement good strategies well.
What should I know about starting a YouTube channel in 2019?
Target audience. So know who you're trying to reach and then what your value is that you're trying to give to that audience.
What can I do to promote my channel?
Share it, collab, and think about how to do more with homepage and suggested videos.
What kind of channels should I try to collaborate with?
Anyone who shares your target audience.
How should I reach out to other YouTubers for collabs?
Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube comments, events.
My channel isn't gaining much traction. Should I just give up?
No.
Maybe.
You should change your strategy.
There you go, yes.
What is the most critical thing in growing my YouTube channel?
Fulfilling a need. Paying attention to understanding your audience and fulfilling their pains and needs and desires.
Delivering value, yeah.
I want to start creating different content. Will that hurt my channel?
If it's a different value for a different audience, yes.
Why am I not making money on my channel?
Maybe because you haven't hit monetization yet, or you've decided to put all your eggs in the basket of what's out of your control. So maybe you need to start making products or something digital.
You don't have a plan for how to capture value.
How do I rank in YouTube search?
By getting people to watch your videos longer and then watching more of your content after that.
But YouTube search is not the most valuable source of traffic.
What is the most valuable traffic source on YouTube?
It depends what the goal is, but if the goal is like massive growth really fast, it's homepage.
How do I stay motivated to make content when it doesn't get attention?
Make sure you pick something that you actually really love to make content about.
Should I use vidIQ or TubeBuddy?
Depends on preference, really. They have a lot of the same tools.
Yeah, vidIQ is good for like analytics and data, and TubeBuddy is more like a process tool.
I use both.
My channel is pretty old. Is that keeping YouTube from promoting me?
No.
No.
How do I stay on top of my game with new video ideas?
Do tons and tons of research, watch other people in your niche, see what they're doing, gather ideas, see what they're not doing, read articles on whatever topic you cover. There's so many different things, and then track all of your ideas with maybe like a Trello board or something like that to keep them organized.
Should I niche down on my channel?
Maybe.
Yes.
Depends on, I don't know. Maybe.
Just know your target audience and value.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you have more than one target audience?
You should have one kind of main, very specific target audience, but you can't have subcategories of your target audience.
Yes.
Do I need a nice camera to make good videos? Oh, okay. Should I do live streams on YouTube?
If you want to develop community with people, yeah.
What if you have a small following?
Good for you.
Yeah.
Getting started.
Yeah.
And even if you're not just getting started and you still have a small following, remember that you're impacting somebody, and that's better than other people can say.
What should I use to edit my videos?
Whatever tool works best for you.
Should my thumbnails be bright and loud?
Depends on your audience, because a bright and loud thumbnail is not going to work for somebody looking for organic food. It depends on the visual that will connect with the value offered.
Do titles really matter that much?
Yes, but
Absolutely.
from a human standpoint, not an algorithm standpoint.
Is it normal to get more views than subscribers?
Yes.
What days/times should I upload?
Whenever you can be most consistent.
Yeah.
What are your biggest no-nos in growing a successful channel?
Not starting
Doing something that you think you should do rather than something that you really care about doing.
and focusing on the technical elements more so than like the human elements that actually get people to watch and love what you're all about.
I'm changing the kind of content I make. Should I delete old videos?
Not necessarily. It doesn't hurt anything.
What should my click-through rate be if I want YouTube to promote me?
The average is anywhere from 2 to 10%. The closer you can get to 10%, typically the better you perform.
But it depends on how generic your content is and how specific it is. So specific content has high click-through rate, low impressions, and broad appeal has high impressions, low click-through rates.
How do I get people to comment on my videos?
Ask.
How do I get followers from other social platforms to go to my YouTube channel?
Ask.
But that is always hard.
Yes.
It's always a battle, but also be encouraged that your reach on YouTube is enough and don't rely on other platforms to grow that following.
Plenty of users here, yeah.
Will the algorithm punish me if I can't upload consistently?
No.
Will it punish me if I send people to my website?
Maybe.
Try not to do it
It's
consistently.
better to keep people on YouTube, but sometimes it makes good business sense to end the
send them off,
session.
yeah.
If I take a break, will it kill my momentum?
Maybe. Like,
Depends
not
on
from
how
an
long it
algorithm
is.
perspective, but your audience, if you don't upload for 2 years, they might forget about you.
Why does YouTube hate me?
Maybe
It
your
doesn't.
haircut.
Because your
No.
videos might not be that great, and it's not YouTube hating you, it's like the viewers just aren't getting sucked into the content.
YouTube is on your side because YouTube wants to promote content to people that people want to see. So if you create content that people want to see, YouTube is on your side.
How does the algorithm actually work?
Video down below.
And bonus question number 51. What do you love about working with YouTube creators?
Seeing people recognize their value and that they have something valuable to offer.
I love the ripple effect when you impact one creator who's then impacting like millions of people who are watching them, and then the people's lives who are impacted from that, like that ripple effect. I get excited about that.
In summary, changing lives.